everybody, what is going on? My name is Eric McGrew, and as you can hear, the site is already pretty active. We've got some chipping going on over there. Bradley's kind of cleaning up that. We've got to get all this up to him to chip. We've got to use the Bobcat here to get some of these stumps out of the ground. That's what threw our track yesterday, so we have to be really careful. Look at all these rocks. They just roll up under you. They're not ideal, but it was pretty cold last night, so everything's having to warm up a little bit, like the PT and the Bobcat. So we're letting that happen. We've got to get the grease on the other side of the track to get the tensioner, the front tensioner in place. Right there. Once we get the grease in, then we will be working on getting, dang it, I can't use my hand anywhere on this thing. I swear. All right, so once we get that all taken care of, we'll start moving around some dirt. We got to fill in these holes for the client. And then we will pile that load of chips into the trailer, because we didn't have the trailer up here because we were hauling equipment. So it was more efficient to just chip it to ground, and then this guy will take care of the rest. So that's what we're doing today. I've got the PT running over there. I think that Kurt's gonna need my help here in a minute. I'm not real sure. If he does need my help, then I'll help him. And here's the stump bucket that we have. We're gonna use that on the PT to kind of get a few things out as well. So, always fun to be delayed on a job because you're having to deal with maintenance on, well, everything. So that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna get at it, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. So I'm in the skid steer here. Kurt's filling up the grease for the front tensioners, and I've got a little bit of work I got to get done once he's done with that. But my my youngest crew member is running around looking for his chainsaw, which he left on the ground yesterday, and it was going to freeze last night. So we kindly picked it up and took it, but he doesn't know where he's left it. And so he's frantically running around looking for a chainsaw that I have in the back of my truck. So yeah, that's, if he doesn't think to look in the back of my truck, I'll tell him here in a few minutes, because I can't afford for him to be that waste that much time. But in the meantime, it's kind of funny. So yeah, here's the view. This is what we're doing today out here in this site. I get a little bit of action footage of the skid running here in a few minutes when we get this going. So I thought I'd talk real quick about tracks versus tires. A lot of people have asked about that, and a lot of people have asked why I bought this machine instead of a mini skid or whatever as a tree service and as a climber. Well, we're gonna go over tracks versus tires for now, for those of you who don't know. They both have pros and cons. They both have their place for sure. But up here, the float of the tracks gives us a lot more traction on these steep, dusty, sandy, dry clay hills. So it's better for us. And the rocks are just smoother with the tracks. Even though it's not smooth particularly, it's definitely smoother. But you do have to watch for stuff kicking your tracks, like what happened yesterday. High centering on stuff, or kicking, slipping off of one of these high stumps, if you don't get it dug out or whatever, is a bad deal. So that's part of it. It does wear you out. Oh, he found it. Here he comes. Here he comes with the chainsaw in hand. There he is. Poor Bradley. And yeah, so we went with tracks on this because we also get snow up here. We try to work all year round. We get mud. So it's harder to get this thing stuck. It's not impossible. It's harder to get it stuck. But once again, we only use this machine on big job sites where it's a lot of clearing and they don't mind us doing a little bit of damage to the soil, like just tearing it up a little bit and stuff. And we also use it where we're doing like lots of removal. So other than that, we try not to use it. I've got to let this thing down So I've got to raise up the arms here real quick. And for now, I'm going to put it in ISO. I'm going to take parking brake off, of course. And I'm going to lift up the bucket, maybe. Oh, I gotta hit the button again because it's making sure I'm ready to drive it like this. So now I gotta do a test forward and back. We're just trying to see what's going on with it. We're trying to make sure the tracks are on good. So, yep, looks like we're good to go. So I'm gonna put this on a tripod and I'll get some stuff done. All right. Alright everybody, so today did not work out as planned, of course, because, well, it just never seems to. But the interesting news is that the new Bobcat T770 threw the track 3 times within 6 working hours. Same track each time, the right-hand track, and it had been pulling left real hard, which none of that is, you know, ideal or correct. So the guys at Bobcat out here were helping me out. Bobcat of the Rockies, they've been very attentive to my needs, and I really appreciate all that they're doing for me, because I mean, I've lost about $900 worth of work time-wise that I have to make up somehow, so them getting me fixed up is good. They came out, looked at it, had a service tech who was very knowledgeable come out and look at it, and we couldn't find anything specifically wrong with it, but he swapped the track around. He turned it the opposite direction, and now it's pulling to the right real hard. So originally it was pulling to the left real hard and it kept throwing the track. Now it's pulling to the right real hard. I did about, I don't know, 20 minutes worth of work with it, pulling some stumps out and stuff, and it did not throw a track, which is good, because it had been in the past throwing a track even within an hour of work or 20 minutes. So that's a good thing to have on mind. So now it's a little bit of a waiting game. We're going to see what they're going to do. I hope, I don't know, but I hope that they're going to replace that track. So we're going to talk about that in the morning and stuff. And they're still working on getting me a grapple bucket for this thing as a loaner until mine that I ordered comes in. So yeah, just bunches of stuff kind of going on, but we're making progress. It's not very quick though, and I really need it to be faster. So that's kind of what's going on today, but we got quite a bit of work done still, even though it didn't work out like we had hoped, and it's been more difficult than I anticipated or wanted, but we are making forward progress on that job. So tomorrow we start full on pruning for fire mitigating, and we'll go at it as hard as we can, and I will owe the client an extra day of work, and I'll have to make that up somewhere. So yeah, that's what's going on now. Monday of this coming week, so that's going to be October 25th and Tuesday 26th, I will actually be the featured climber in a Weaver arborist photo shoot. So that's going to be cool. And you'll see more from that as we go along. And it's a product photo shoot for their products and things, which will be super cool. So it'll be in catalogs, and the photos will be in catalogs and on their website and stuff, is what I understand. I might be slightly off on that. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys later. Take care.